is trying to work up the courage to end a relationship or end a friendship, go no contact with somebody that has been in their inner circle, but it seems so difficult. It's like, well, that person knows me so well, or they're a part of my routine, or maybe the living situation is shared, but this feels like pulling teeth for them to actually be able to do. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. And also thank you to those that have checked out my candles on Etsy. That's also in the description box for you. Hello, April. Hello, Nat Nat. How we doing? All right, let's see. We're going to start with the Pause Tarot. What else do we have? Page of Cups in the reverse. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, and the 10 of Wands. Yeah, fear of independence or being concerned over an ending, feeling like maybe the emotions are a little bit too real or a little bit too heightened. But notice the similarities. We've got somebody who's carrying around this 10 of Wands, and the Lenormand is saying, it's time to stop carrying that around. Like, it's too heavy for you. But, you know, whoever you are, you shove those 10 wands into your backpack and you're like, it's okay, I got it. It's really heavy, but I can manage. Or you could just like stop dealing with that person who doesn't know how to treat you. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, April. Hello, Cozy Cat. How are you doing? Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Rachel. How's your day going? So we have the 8 of Swords in the reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Knight of Wands. This feels like there's a bunch of intuitive messages bombarding this individual, our 10 of Wands person, who's a little bit nervous to cut off this individual. I do think for the majority of you, this would be a romantic relationship, probably one where you live together. Maybe even you're married, but for plenty of you, it would also be applicable to a relationship where you're so close with this friend, it feels like, you know, cutting off an arm to no longer be able to talk to them, or someone in your family that is, you know, that ingrained in your daily life. What else? 10 of Cups. 5 of Swords in the reverse, 2 of Wands. But if I'm honest with myself, the 10 of Cups, or like the happy that I envision for myself, it's not this. So if I do what I know is right for myself, I will choose a different path. I will leave this and go elsewhere, because this isn't what I was looking for. This isn't making me happy. It's true. We have the Fool in the reverse, 7 of Swords, and the Tower. So the reason you're done, the reason you're ready to end this friendship or relationship is because someone lied to you. And it's not even just like, I can't believe you lied to me. It's like insulting because they didn't even try that hard. Like, if you're going to lie to somebody that is important to you, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I'm just like, could you at least make it a little bit difficult to figure out? Because if you're just lying and then I can like in 3 seconds realize that you lied, now I'm mad at you for like 2 reasons, you know? Like, 1, you think I'm stupid, and 2, you think that you can lie to me. Like, both of those things are bad. So I don't know. feel like this is someone who's not that great of a liar, but that doesn't stop them from trying. If I keep working on it, I'll get to be a real great liar, I swear. This is someone who's selfish. They think about what they want. They don't consider others in the moment. And now they're mad because you're at the point where you're like, I think I'm ready to leave this person. Or you did leave this person. King of Wands, that's your energy. King of Pentacles in the reverse. Why would I want to stay around with somebody that I can't trust? Why would I want to stay in a friendship or in a romantic connection with a person that can comfortably lie to me and not feel bad about it? Or be good at it? The audacity. I don't know. Maybe it's because I like Sudoku. Like, give me a little challenge here. So we've got the Eight of Cups. Yeah, you walked away or you're about to walk away. Not like it was easy. This is like, I feel like I have to go 2 steps backwards in order to go 1 step forward. But if that's what I have to do, then I will figure it out and I, will just like take the loss. But staying in this connection didn't seem to be an option. This is the Beginner's Tarot. Hello, Carla. How we doing? What else do we have? Another Tower. Okay. 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. Oh, yeah. See how it says sloppiness on the bottom? Like, you lied and it wasn't even that crafty. It wasn't even, like, it didn't make sense. Oh, you left at 2 in the morning because you needed to go buy cheese? Actually, no, that would make sense. This is a person who's getting a reality check because whatever they lied about or however they've been treating you that they felt like they could mislead you on, now it's going to be the reason that you walk away. And they're going to be like, so you didn't believe me? What did I do? Where are you going? Hey, can we talk about it? So you can lie some more? I think I'm good. Hello, Big Major. How are you doing? Hey, Big Major. I'm sorry it's not for you, but you can always find something else on YouTube that is more your pace. I'm gonna put you in a little baby timeout because I'm not gonna change what I'm doing. Okay. Look for intention before you judge people. My goal is to actually help people make changes that are positive in their life, and I think that's what really matters. Doesn't have to be that you agree exactly, right, on everything that you believe. Hello, Brilliant. How are you doing? What else? 5 of Swords and the Magician. So you're taking control of the situation. You see that staying in this friendship or this relationship would threaten some of the things that you want in your life, or would make you feel like you constantly had to question what this person's real intentions were. And no one should have to live with that, right? I like it. Thank you, Nat. What's up? Like current energy, right? With the King of Pence. Awesome. I've added that for you. Thank you, Nat. Hello, Dwayne. How are you doing? Yes, let's hope he's wearing pants. We've got the Hermit. That's your energy. Very powerful energy. King of Wands, Magician, and the Hermit. And your King of Pentacles in the reverse, the person who you can't trust, they're coming through as the Queen of Swords in the reverse, which is another way of saying, well, you can't trust them because they're comfortable lying. Because lying is how they deal with situations. So you're onto it. You realize what's going on. You're not going to make excuses for this person. You're not going to pretend you didn't see what you saw. Because you did. Knight of Wands in the reverse. This is someone who's lying to you about something that is very important to your relationship, or somebody who is not being honest with you about their sexual activities. Someone who doesn't want to be honest about if they're being faithful, or if they're, you know, messing around with somebody that would be considered disrespectful, you know, like a friend hanging out with your ex. Hello, Aries, how are you doing? We've got the Two of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and the Hanged Man in the reverse. Stubborn energy. Frustrated, pursuit, and kind of like giving up energy. Misfortune. Stalling. I feel like this is a person who breadcrumbed you. So if you figure out what's going on and you ask them like clarifying questions, they'll be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I did that. Oh, and also this. Oh, I probably should have mentioned that. It's not like, hey, I did this thing and sorry. This is a pattern of behavior, right? So how can you expect different when there's an active choice to continue doing the same thing, right? Ten of Cups in the reverse. Nine of Cups in the reverse. It almost fell, but I got it. Yeah, I feel like you've caught the ick. You're just like, no, I'm not interested in being close friends with, or connected to, or in love with somebody who struggles to consider how their actions might impact people that they care about, and who are comfortable lying about those actions because, you know, it's easier for them. That's not love. That's like a cheap imitation of it. Don't make me say another imitation crab meat joke. I might be the only one who thinks it's funny. Oops, hold on, let me put that back. All right, this is the Hocus Pocus Tarot. Don't be stingy. Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. It means a lot to me. Hello, James. How are you doing? All right. Well, we got the Magician again. That's your energy. And the Three of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like you realized you were dealing with somebody who was not to be trusted, possibly flirting with others, possibly not being honest with you in terms of their intentions, maybe even flaking out or avoiding you when you had agreed to go out or when you had plans. So you looked at this as a sign that this is not the person for you. If you're not interested in spending time with me, or if it feels to you like, I don't know, a job to actually spend time with your best friend or your partner, then maybe like ask yourself why that person is in your inner circle. I think this Magician, probably you, was like, it just feels like the writing's on the wall. I'm not going to like beg you to like want more time, or I'm not gonna like beg you and ask 87 questions to figure out what happened. If I ask you what's going on with this, I would hope you could just like actually tell me instead of making me follow up with every other question just to get the full story. Hello, Ty. How are you doing? Did someone say that? I know. I don't mind it. I like to use it as an insult, but I pretty frequently just like fry it up with some butter. It's delicious. All right, so we've got the Knight of Candles and the Hierophant. See, I got these rules, these principles that I live by. And, you know, basically try not to be a jerk. Try not to be untrustworthy. Try not to be Stealing people's boyfriends, girlfriends, wives, husbands, whatever. Pretty dresses, nice shoes, fishing rods, whatever. I was trying to say fishing pole and fishing rod at the same time. Oops. It is a collective reading, yes. How you doing, Mina? Hello, Jax. How are you doing? She has your number, but she doesn't use it, huh? Is it against the rules for you all to be fraternizing? Is she worried maybe that she would lose her job? Es posible. Some places are really strict with that, you know? All right, what else do we have? Queen of Candles or Queen of Wands in the reverse. Page of Pumpkins or Page of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Seven of Candles or Seven of Wands in the reverse. This is your irritation with them because when they lie, they're not very good at it. The Page of Pumpkins is in the reverse because this is someone who's not even really trying. You're wondering if you're not going to put forth that kind of effort, why would I expect you to put in effort in terms of making things right between the two of us? I feel like you're just so done with this person. Like, I can't change your character. You know, we can talk about a change in behavior. We can talk about how, you know, like maybe communication style isn't right. But when it comes down to like whether or not you actually care about if you hurt other people's feelings, like I can't teach that to you. You know? Judgment in the reverse, the Sun in the reverse. Knight of Potions or Knight of Cups in the reverse. So what's that dude's name from, I don't even think I can say the show's name on YouTube. Schmitz Creek. The Sun. He's like, ew. I feel like that's your general reaction to this person because you can't trust them. What can I do with you if I yeah. It's like, have you ever gotten something that requires being charged, but they only give you the cord. They don't give you the like the actual like block or whatever to plug it into the wall. It's like, hey, thanks for getting me half of the way there. That's great. I thought I was gonna get like a whole charger. Silly me. What can you do with a person who you can't trust? Really though, I'll wait. Because I could probably contradict all of them. Can you go out to have a cup of coffee? Sure. But if you can't trust them, like, can you really tell them anything? Are you just going to, like, have a discussion on a book that you read? Because that's cool, but don't tell them anything about your personal life. You know what I mean? Like, there's just, what can you do with a person that you can't trust? We're going to go with the situation stack. Did you? Yes, thank you for liking. I appreciate it. Or if you can hype, also appreciated. So we have triggers and poison, which is the toxic card. So name, car, place, and toxic, unhealthy behaviors, people. This person's toxic. It's not about there being like a little bit of sanding on the rough edges. This is like, hey, could you just like change who you are fundamentally? I know you said that this house was a great deal, but like, I feel like we'd have to rip everything out. You can't teach this person how to care about you. You can't teach this person how to be considerate of others. At least I don't think it's your responsibility. They're just toxic. And even though they've been in the inner circle or they've had access to you and it might seem difficult, you do or you have already decided, you know what? Still got to do it. It's like a mole that may or may not be cancerous and you're like, yeah, it's probably going to hurt. It does. But I might be able to avoid a lot of pain if I deal with this right now. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's deal with this because I don't trust them. I can't have them in my inner circle anymore. Hello, Ty. How are you doing? Thank you. Oh, very nice. Wow. Okay. So is this person obsessed with you? Because I feel like it's more so they expected you to be obsessed with them. But it could be... Hold on. I actually think it might be a different way. I think there's someone that they were talking to on the side that is obsessed with this person, the liar. Sorry, I think we did have a name for... Oh, King of Pentacles in the reverse. And you're the Magician. You've come out as the Magician multiple times, but also as the King of Wands. So that could indicate some Aries energy. I feel like you knew that this person was okay with flirting with others. I feel like you knew that this person was either already considering, you know, going out and hanging out with somebody else or cheating, or, you know, down the line would probably do so. Even though there were some really great memories here, you were like, you know what? Can't trust you. This is a friend. This is a friend who liked to compete with you for romantic interests. And that's why there is a failure of trust. This is the Gilded Reverie. What else do we have? $27, letter, message. 29, the woman with a shirt. Birds. Number 42. Or sorry, number 12. Yeah. The thing is, sometimes when you end a relationship and, you know, maybe it's been rough for a while, you might get a reaction from your friends and family that feels a little bit like you graduated college, right? Like, sometimes people celebrate when you announce that you're getting divorced. Sometimes people will high-five you if you say you're moving out from that person's place. This is one of those times where people are like, woo! Yeah, we didn't know how long it was going to take you, but we are so glad to hear that because that person doesn't deserve you. Or, you know what? We were wondering why you were still friends with that person when it didn't seem like they really cared about whether or not they caused any issues for you. I feel like there's someone here who does care and support, you know, you being in a happy situation. And they're going to be like, yes, excellent. When are we celebrating? Are we going to get some pie? Are we going to, like, I don't know, have a margarita? What's on the agenda? What are we going to do? I think we've got some support from people who genuinely care about you. And they're like, yeah, no, that person is fake. And we're very excited that you are gaining some distance and going to rebuild some of that peaceful energy in your life now that you don't have to deal with that toxic person. Because how can you have, like, a happy existence if you have to put up with toxic energy every day? I don't think it's possible. That'd be like, for those of you that have lived alone, that'd be like the cleaning responsibilities of living in your own place, being responsible for your own cleaning, versus cleaning a house where there are 5 people that live there, probably mostly children. That's going to be a much more, like, intense cleaning session than the person who lives alone, right? This is someone who's like, why did you want to deal with all of that BS from the person who you couldn't even trust when you could be out here enjoying your life and having a lot less vacuuming to do? You know? 38, the bridge, which talks about connections. 16, which is the star, and 23, the mice. This talks about loss. So sometimes in order to find the people that really should be in your inner circle or who earn the right to be in your inner circle by being trustworthy and considerate, Sometimes those people can only be found or included in your inner circle when you first walk away from the people who really do not deserve to be there. It's like when you swap out clothes in your closet, there's only so much room, and if you buy some new stuff, go donate some of the stuff you haven't worn in 2 years, you know? Hello, Lee. How we doing? Definitely happy to pull some cards for you. I've added that. Hello, Marcia. How are you doing? I don't know a lot of Portuguese, but I do know muito bem. I don't know why. That's just like one of the things I actually remembered. All right, let's see. I think we'll go with the... I almost lost him. With the Witch's Tarot. What else do we have? The Magician and the Nine of Wands. I'm telling you that Magician energy is so strong with you, very much so fire energy coming through for this reading, even with the Nine of Wands, right? This is like, I know what I deserve. I know what kind of connections or what kind of people I want to be close to, and like, you don't measure up. Sorry if you're gonna lie, or if you're gonna like, you know, be dishonest about whether or not you can be faithful, or try to compete for romantic interests. Just doesn't seem like something I should invest in, right? Prince of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. The Knight of Cups in the reverse. And the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So you defend your boundaries, or you're not putting up with this person's anymore. And it's a win for you. It's like you're setting down a real heavy backpack, but it's a huge loss for this other person. The friend or the ex, the person you're breaking up with, it's not going to be easy for them to understand how to like regroup or get grounded again after this breakup or this ending. Five of Swords. Three of Cups. So there are people who will congratulate you on walking away from this relationship and be happy for you to move on to something new or something better, hopefully after a little bit of time for just you. But I also feel like there's people who make fun of your ex. I also feel like there's some people who are like, yeah, we told you you were gonna screw that up. We knew you were gonna fumble that. That person's too good for you. That person's out of your league. What did you think you were doing? It's not very nice. Maybe they think they're funny. It could just be how like this family or this group of friends operates. But it seems to me that they're like, you had it so good and you ruined it. Applause for an entirely different reason. Like, well done. You lost it. I can't show you this card because it is quite naked. But this is the Strength card. I think, does that work? I think that works. But this is you taming the demons, right? If you were insecure or codependent with this person, willing to look the other way even though they weren't treating you right, just because you didn't want to be alone, you would not have this Strength card coming out. So there's people here who admire the respect that you have for yourself, and there's people here who saw a relationship with you as something to want or something like kind of to brag about. So when this person loses you, when you walk away, their friends or maybe even some of their family, they look at you as smart and figuring it out and someone that was probably too good for the person that you'd been dating. And they make fun of the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Like, you won't ever get somebody like that again. How does it feel? How does it feel to know you messed it up? Hello, Danny. How are you doing? I have not seen it, but cool. Yeah. Well, Ty, I would say that that is concerning. Hello, Nope, Rhonda. How are you doing? Sorry, I was thinking Mary Tyler Moore, so I almost said Rhoda. Okay, but are you actually racist? Asking for science. Just curious. And I would also venture to say that in a relationship, pretty infrequently is there only one person to blame. Is there someone who repeated patterns and made it really difficult? Sure. But you also have some responsibility to make sure you're communicating about those things. And when you reach your limit, removing yourself from that situation. And oftentimes that is difficult for people, just like in this general reading, in which case it takes two to tango, right? We both have to do something to make sure we're communicating, we understand what's going on, and if it's not going to work, then make that decision, right? Glad we cleared that up. Yeah, you deserve better than that. Ask yourself how often you have to kind of frame things differently in order for it to sound good enough to tell other people. Because I think that's one of those like warning signs that happens in that situation. All right, let's move to those personal questions. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. I'm proud of you. That's okay. I don't mind people who are blunt. I just wanted to make sure that we're not being, I don't like judgment across a whole group of people. That's why I spend a lot of time trying to specify that, King of Pentacles in the reverse doesn't have to be a man. We're not here to like hate all men, right? If we have a Queen of Wands in the reverse, that doesn't have to be a garden tool that's a woman. But yeah, let's see what we've got for Nat. What is the current energy of the King of Pentacles? What is going on with the King of Pentacles? Sun in the reverse. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. King of Wands in the reverse. Two of Cups in the reverse. Currently, your King of Pentacles is mad and probably going through a breakup. It could be this reading was literally about your King of Pentacles situation. And in this reading, they would have then been the Magician, right? I feel like this is, I'm frustrated. Kind of like Napoleon Dynamite, like kicking the locker door thing, So going through it a little bit, letting go of something. This could be like the aftermath of a breakup, going through the introspection, asking yourself why you put up with certain things, or, maybe I should have done that differently. Blaming himself. But it seems more like I should have known earlier on, not I was the problem, right? Like, I feel like I wasted time hoping that somebody would do something different. So there's a little bit of instability here, a sense that, how like sometimes if you, I don't know, maybe if you're on like a plane or a train, you're trying to stand up or move and you kind of like stumble a little bit because it's not like you're on solid ground. Your King of Pentacles doesn't feel quite yet like they're on solid ground again after this issue, but they're regaining that. Hello, God's my sugar daddy. How's it going? I hope your weekend's going well. Hello, Mac. What's up? All right. So hopefully there's some healing ahead for your King of Pentacles, Nat, but it does seem like right now it's like letting go of some of that anger from it, right? Yes, exactly. All right. This is the Cat's Eye Tarot. I wondered. I was like, I feel like I should know who that is. What's up, Kylie? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed the weekend. All right. Random for Lee. Let's see what we've got. What does Lee need to know, please? Oh, hey, William. How are you doing today? Thank you for the tip. Does the person on my mind really intend to go through with the engagement with someone else? Wow. Was that something that happened really quickly? Dang. Intend to go through with engagement. Or is she planning on leaving? Awesome. I've added that for you, William, and I am sorry you're going through that. Hello, Barbie. How are you doing? Yeah. Well, I hope today feels like some fresh energy for you now that that's behind us, right? All right. What do we have for Lee? Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Four of Cups. The World in the reverse. The Queen of Wands. This feels to me like somebody's wondering if things are really over with you. This is someone who feels like they've underestimated your ability to protect yourself or make changes if they're necessary. I feel like this person should not have been surprised because they've seen other things. But it's like, oh, well, I didn't think you'd get mad at me. But this is someone who feels a sense of distance or instability in the connection with you, whether it's romantic or not. Wondering, like, are you going to, like, keep growling at me? Are you still, like, not happy with me? Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, like this. The cat's like, what are you doing? Why aren't you being nice to me? Why aren't you cuddling me? Why aren't you asking me how my day was? Are we not friends? Are you still mad at me? But it seems to me like none of this is really verbal. It's like someone's just looking at you or looking at their phone wondering why they haven't heard from you. Hey, Barbie, you're doing the politics thing, and I'm really not a fan of that. I'm putting you on just like a little baby timeout. If you could make sure that when you come back to the live chat, at least be engaging with the other people around you or the reading stuff, okay? That's fair. Oh, really? That's funny. I hope I was nice. Hello, just a chill guy. How are you doing? Thank you, Avies. All right, so Lee, we do have the sun here, so maybe there's like a bit of a positive outcome here. Okay, so somebody's wondering, like, is it really over? Are you really that mad at me? How long are you going to be mad? I thought you were like a little bit more chill, or I didn't think you would hold a grudge for this long, but it's like they're waiting for things to get better. And they're realizing for things to get better, what they need to do is communicate. What they need to do is talk to you about how they see things differently. It's like, I can't wait for you to come back around. The responsibility, or like the ball's in my court, right? I have to do it. Hey, Galaxy. Usually, if it's like judgmental, I don't mind if people want to talk about what they believe in or don't believe in, but once you start trying to tell people like what you believe is wrong, like I ain't here for it. You know? Hey, Kenneth, I know you just heard me say no politics, so please don't be doing that. Hello, Divinely. How are you doing? Welcome. All right, let's see what we've got for William. We'll go with the Bianco Nero. Let's see what we can find out about the person on your mind. Are they really going to go through with this engagement to someone else? Hello, Bonnie. Thank you. Let's just say I get really excited whenever there's an opportunity to like not do makeup and just look like a bum for a little bit. You know, maybe do like yard work or paint all day and look like a scrub. But I also start to miss you guys when I'm not here every day. Does that mean we're codependent, you guys? We've got the Ten of Wands, the Emperor in the reverse, and the Knight of Swords. I gotta be honest though, William, I really want to be more intentional when I pull these cards. I'm gonna keep those cards in mind though. I want to know what's going on as far as the person on William's mind. Are they really gonna go through with this engagement to someone else? So the Ten of Wands was in the upright previously, and now we have the Magician in the reverse. And I'm going to go ahead and say that this is someone who is kind of frayed or like tattered, anxious, because I don't think your person knows what they're going to do. Magician is in the reverse because it's like, I don't feel like I know the right thing to do. I feel like I see the truth, but I don't know how to do anything about it. The way I would compare this, or like how I would describe it is, have you ever been driving to like, maybe it's like a place you're not very familiar with, but you see a fast food place or whatever, you're hungry and you haven't been to that place in a long time and you're like, Hardee's, I'm gonna eat you so fast. I like Hardee's, okay? But you drive into the wrong parking lot. Like maybe you're actually in some stupid big box parking lot. I'm not gonna say their name because they don't deserve that. And you're like, but you're right there. I can't drive there because there's some stupid cement divider. This is, I know what I want, but if I wanted it, it would be really uncomfortable for me to go all the way back out to the main drag, go to the light, take a left, and then get into the actual parking lot that I want. Apparently you're a parking lot, which is kind of funny because my favorite word in Spanish, one of them anyways, is estacionamiento, which is parking lot. It's just so fun to say. Try it. I feel like, yes, there is a question or cold feet. This is like, I don't know, maybe I'm like better off on my own. Maybe I'm just bad at love. But if I know this and I feel like this relationship isn't going to last, what's going to happen when I tell everyone that I cancel it? What kind of fallout is there going to be? Is it worth all that effort? Should I just go through with it anyways? This is not very mature processing, to be honest with you. Number one, don't say yes to somebody you don't want to marry. Number two, if you've realized you don't want to marry them, tell them you don't want to marry them. Number three, don't wait until the last second. That's so rude. Don't do that. I know this is not for you, William. It's your person, but I struggle to believe that this person would do right by you if they are failing to do right by this current situation, right? They're willing to potentially break this person's heart by doing a last minute backing out of this wedding or going through with it and then deciding afterwards, oops, silly me. I thought I was in love with you, but I really just thought you looked good in jeans. I really just liked how you paid my bills. We have to be very intentional when we make these kinds of obligations or commitments, and I don't feel like your person has that. So is it planning to leave? No, but it's like, I know I should, but doing all of that seems like so much work. Another example, this is dusty, especially up here, okay? I don't know if you can tell. Yes, something fell off my finger just there. Why do I not dust it? Because there's so much on it and I have to put it back. This person needs to do some dusting and clear out the relationship that they know they don't want, but the actual work is preventing them from doing it. So I think the most likely scenario is this person's going to go through with the marriage and then get divorced or get it annulled. There is a small chance this person's going to be like, oh, it's already over. Maybe I should not get into a commitment that is legal and binding. Four of Pentacles. Maybe money is stopping this person from feeling like they can actually break up with their partner. Hello, Andrea. How are you doing? Exactly. All right. I hope that helps, William. And I also just want to tell you, you deserve to be with somebody who is unabashedly and very passionately into you and not tempted to, mislead others. There might be someone else out there that is more capable of doing right by you. I do have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. I won't lie. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. And thank you to all of you that say kind things and send positive energy to other people in the live chat. That's the whole reason for the collective. I want this to be a place where you can leave feeling like things are easier to deal with or you met some cool people. So have a great rest of your